14 years ago, Suits foreshadowed the cancellation of its spin-off shows, Pearson and Suits LA. Premiering in 2011, Suits turned out to be one of the best legal dramas of its generation. Suits became bigger than ever after it landed on Netflix, but the show had been successful from the start. The first Suits spin-off, Pearson, debuted just before the original show came to a conclusion. Unfortunately, Pearson didn't have the same longevity as Suits and only ran for one season. 6 years after Pearson was cancelled, there was a new addition to the Suits franchise, Suits LA. Like its predecessor, Suits LA only lasted one season and was cancelled by NBC after 13 episodes. Mike and Harvey's first scene together is what sold me on Suits. Harvey and Mike were a perfect match. Harvey and Mike's first scene together in Suits immediately got me hooked. Suits' primary protagonists met when Harvey was looking for an associate, but the pool of Harvard law graduates who were lined up for the interview didn't have what he was looking for. Mike, however, caught not only Donna's but Harvey's attention as the two quizzed each other on the law. It was clear that they had unmatched chemistry. While Mike not being a lawyer added an element of tension to the series, it was his dynamic with Harvey that became the backbone of the story. Once Patrick J. Adams left Suits, the show lost the one thing that made it special, as nothing could compare to Mike and Harvey's partnership. Neither Pearson nor Suits LA had its version of Mike and Harvey's dynamic. Pearson and Suits LA were regular lawyer shows. In hindsight, it's not surprising that neither Suits LA nor Pearson had the same longevity as their parent show. Because the two spin-off series didn't have their own version of Mike and Harvey, they were bound to fail. Suits was a great series because of the chemistry and dynamics between Harvey and Mike. This became obvious once Mike was no longer part of Suits. Jessica was one of the show's best characters, but Pearson wasn't as engaging as Suits because it didn't have someone to keep her on her toes in the way that Mike did with Harvey. Suits LA could have learned from Pearson's mistakes, but ended up suffering the same fate. Ted Black, while a great lead, couldn't hold a candle to Harvey, and he didn't really have his own Mike Ross. Several reasons contributed to the cancellation of Suits LA and Pearson. The one that matters most is the fact that the Suits spin-offs didn't have two main characters who fed off each other's energy.